Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to the weekly commodity audiocast. I am Kainat Chenwala from Kotak Securities Commodities Research Desk. And like in every episode, we will be navigating through latest developments in the commodity markets, events affecting market sentiments, and explore the latest trends in this dynamic world of commodities. Cooling inflation and better than expected consumer sentiment in the US resulted in volatile trading in the last session of June. However, overall markets demonstrated strong performance in the first half of 2024. Dollar hit a 2-month high of 106.13 last week, buoyed by a weaker yen and as markets assessed former President Donald Trump's way ahead in the first US presidential debate. The Japanese yen weakened to around 161 per dollar, breaching that level for the first time since 1986, as the Ministry of Finance appointed Atsushi Mimura as Japan's top currency diplomat, replacing Masato Kanda. In addition, the greenback received support from hawkish remarks by Fed officials who reiterated a wait-and-watch approach. Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman said she sees a number of upside risks to the inflation outlook and reiterated the need to keep borrowing costs elevated for some time, while Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta President Raphael Bostic maintained his expectations of one interest rate cut this year in the fourth quarter, amid signs that inflation has resumed its decline. However, dollar retreated from its highs as on Friday as data showed US inflation continued to ease in May for a second consecutive month after running hotter than expected in the first quarter. Meanwhile, University of Michigan's final June index of consumer sentiment eased less than expected to by eased less than a point to 68.2 and up sharply from preliminary June reading of 65.6. Talking about the commodities, COMEX gold futures were set to close the week higher, buoyed by softening key US inflation gauge and heightened geopolitical tensions. However, gold gave up its gains owing to marginal weakness in dollar despite US data signaling towards slowing growth and inflation. US economy expanded at a 1.4% annual pace in the first quarter, marking its slowest quarterly growth since spring 2022 and a slight upgrade from its previous estimate of 1.3%. While continuing claims, a proxy for the number of people receiving benefits, increased to 1.84 million in the week ended June 15. On the technical front, MCX Gold August futures on the daily chart formed bullish engulfing candlestick pattern last Thursday, indicating bullish bias. Bollinger Bands, on the other hand, have shrunk, suggesting a decrease in volatility and potential for sideways movement. Furthermore, RSI 14 is at 48, supporting sideways bias. The closest support is at 70,750, followed by 70,080, and the nearest resistance is at 72,200, followed by 72,870. For this week, sideways bias is to be expected in gold. Talking about crude, WTI crude extended gains for third week in a row and surged to 2-month high of $82.72 per barrel, as tensions between Israel and Hezbollah have intensified in northern Israel in recent weeks. And while Israel is ramping up for preparations for the invasion of southern Lebanon to limit Hezbollah's activities. Crude oil prices are likely to remain supported as a wider conflict could potentially involve Iran and open up a multi-front war in the region, posing a risk to energy supplies. Technically, MCX crude oil July futures on the daily chart broke out of a consolidation on Friday that had been developing for more than a week, but the price closed inside the consolidation, making it difficult to hold. The price is currently trading above both the 20-day SMA and the super trend, suggesting that the short-term bullish trend is still in place. If price breaks and holds above Friday's high of 6899, it could pick up positive momentum and challenge the 7,000 mark this week. Conversely, should the price breach the 6,700 consolidation support, it might drop to as low as 6570. So this week, we expect sideways to bullish price movement in crude oil prices. Talking about base metals, LME base metals received support from easing of home buying requirements in capital city Beijing. Beijing reduced down payment requirements by 10 percentage points to a minimum of 20% for the first-time buyers. For second homes, the threshold is lower to a minimum of 35% for urban areas and a minimum of 30% elsewhere. And Beijing also lowered floor on mortgage rates. Amongst metals, zinc was the biggest gainer and surged more than 3% to a 3-week high, buoyed by speculation that slump in processing fees may force smelters in top producer China to cut output. While on the other hand, copper was the only loser in the pack, owing to fragile Chinese demand outlook, which is already evident in negative Yangshan copper import premiums, high copper exports, and elevated stocks. Now, as expected, on last Friday, we saw the data, the key inflation figures coming in from US. As expected, the core PCE inflation increased at a slower pace of 0.1% a month on month in May, while the headline PCE remained unchanged. On a year-on-year basis, core inflation increased 2.6% in May, in its slowest advance since March 2021, after rising 2.8% in April. These figures reinforced market optimism that inflation is heading sustainably towards the central bank's target of 2%. Despite this, expectations for a rate cut remained largely unchanged, with focus now shifting to upcoming US jobs data and remarks from Fed Chair Jerome Powell for clearer policy insights. Even after the data came in, the expectations for a September rate cut remained around 63-64%, just like before the data. So now, since that several federal officials have recently insisted that they will need several months, more months of data to attain confidence for a rate cut, the upcoming data, it holds more importance now. So if inflation continues to moderate and economic indicators align with FOMC's forecast throughout the summer, it could bolster the prospects of a rate cut as early as September. So the focus would now be on the upcoming data, which is US ISM PMIs, jobs data, FOMC meeting minutes, and comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. That will be spotlight this week. So these data will actually keep markets traders on edge this week. So overall, on this note, we conclude this edition of Commodity Audiocast, and we hope that we've offered you valuable insights. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we eagerly anticipate your presence with us again next week. Until then, happy trading. Thank you so much.